A singular event can branch off into so many different alternate realities, and this is very much proof of that. Hello and welcome to the Anime Void. I'm Brian, your host, and today I'm going to be discussing pretty much all the problems within the Fate universe. And when I say the problems within the Fate universe, I actually mean the things that go wrong in universe, not anything wrong with the various series or just everything about it, talking specifically about in-universe tragedies and stuff like that. Now, if you are a fan of Fate like I am, you know full well that a lot of bad shit happens in the various series for various different reasons. But what if I told you that we could trace everything back to a single event? Everything that happens that goes wrong, and just all the alternate realities where the things split off, all that fun stuff. What if I told you it was a single event that started everything? Everything. And no, I'm not talking about just the creation of the Fuyuki Grail in general, because, yeah, you could blame it on that too, but there's more minutia than that. There's more, something more concrete than that just vague statement. It's kind of like saying that Hitler's mother giving birth to him is what led to World War II. It's not quite that broad and simple. There is something far more solid that we can talk about. I am talking about the third Fuyuki Holy Grail War, because that is where everything goes to shit. For the timelines of Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, and its various branches, and Fate Holoxteria, I guess, we know that Avenger was summoned during the Third Holy Grail War. He was the one who died first, and then just became assimilated with the Grail, corrupting it and creating it to be what we know it as. Before that, yeah, the Grail wasn't like the greatest thing, and it wasn't really always meant to be a true wish granter device. There's a whole bunch of scheming around that, but this is what made it turn into all the world's evils. The events of the Ainsburns deciding to summon an Avenger-class servant instead of Berserker, that Avenger-class servant dying first and becoming assimilated. And that's their first problem. In Fate Apocrypha, it's the opposite. Instead of summoning a Berserker or an Avenger, Ainsburns summon a ruler, and then the Nazis steal the Grail, and then the events happen 70 years later. Yeah, you could say that's not really anyone's fault except for the Nazis. It's not really that tied into the Third Holy Grail War, but it did happen in the Third Holy Grail War, which is the point. In the light novel series Fate Strange Fake, there is a Holy Grail War happening in America that was copied off of the Third Holy Grail War. There were participants in that war who copied the Fuyuki Grail and then made a botched ritual in America. So yeah, again with the same thing, you can't really blame the Third Grail on it, but it happened in that time period. It happened during that event. That event led to this. Now, for Fate Extra, I don't have concrete proof. But I'm pretty sure it's a safe bet to blame the world running out of resources on the Third Holy Grail War. It happened before that event because the world ran out of resources in the 1970s, and the Third Holy Grail War happened in the 1940s. There's a 30-year gap there. I can blame it on that. And now Prisma Ilia? That is so obvious. Clearly, the Ainsburn summoned Malusha from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and he uses Noble Phantasm to turn the servant summoning system into a card-based system. I can't prove that that's right, but you cannot prove that I am wrong. And finally, for Fate Grand Order, and I know that A lot of you are going to wait till the end of the English story to figure that stuff out. So, spoiler warning here right now. I'll give you a few seconds to stop. Still here? Okay, we're going with this. Now, in Fate Grand Order, they say that King Solomon was summoned as a caster during the first Fuyuki Holy Grail War. And you know as well as I do that they are lying to us to cover up the truth. He was summoned in the third war, and that's where all the shit went down. Because everything else happened because of the third Holy Grail War. Why is this one different? It shouldn't be, it isn't, this is how we're sticking to it. We know the truth now. We know how all the terrible things, how all the alternate timelines had their start in the Fate series. It's all the third Fuyuki Holy Grail War. And that's it on that. If you like this conspiracy theory, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, hit that bell icon so you don't miss other uploads from me, especially during Fatecember. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you later in the void.